Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastian Envy, Strong Style, Cinephile, and I know lots and lots of people to this point have done their various tribute videos, remembrance videos for one Jason David Frank, who tragically took his own life a handful of days back. And while my reasoning behind doing a video of my own was not to do another one of those. I mean, granted, I was, of course, a huge fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Back in the day, I started with, episode 1, day 1 of the series. Enjoyed it when the Green Ranger came along. That seminal moment where he, pops into the Megazord and just, punches the Yellow Ranger out of the Megazord and just proceeds to, whoop them. That whole storyline was great. He brought an excitement to the team, the idea of like a sixth Ranger and the excitement that that character brings to kind of shake up the status quo of the core members is something that continues on to this day, which of course is standard fare when it comes to Super Sentai, the original Japanese programming that Power Rangers is based on and adapted from. And of course, Tommy continued on to be the White Ranger, which was mixing a couple Sentai series. He was the Red Zeo Ranger, he was the Red Turbo Ranger, then they brought him back for the Black Ranger in Power Rangers Dino Thunder, and of course he's come back in a few anniversary episodes since then, usually in his Green Ranger colors, because that's what he's best known as. And to many, many people out there, he is the singular greatest Ranger. He's one of my top favorite Rangers. Is he the tops for me personally? No. But for many, many out there, he is like the be-all, end-all of Power Rangers, which is cool, if that's who he is to you. Meant a lot to the series, meant a lot to the franchise, and to this day, arguably, is the single biggest Power Rangers star to come out of any of the seasons of the programming, which is all the more tragic that he decided to go the route that he did. And we don't know why. We're not here to speculate as to why. You would assume that, he's got a family, he's got a successful career, and just things that he's doing, that he's on top of the world. He's on cloud 9, and these types of things, because I've had friends in the past who have taken this ultimate action upon themselves, and it just leaves you with questions as to why. It's like, what didn't we know? What didn't we see? How could we have done something different to maybe help them? And it just brings us to the idea of mental health and the importance of mental health. And I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not sitting here spitting out any facts or any medicinal, this or that. I just know that mental health is a thing, and it's great that we, in this day and age, are paying more attention to it, giving more credence to the fact that we're not all okay, and it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to want to reach out, to need to reach out either to friends and family or people to talk to, or maybe some professionals, therapists, and that sort of thing. I don't think I'm putting too much of my own business out there to say that I'm seeking that route myself, because I know I have things that I need to and want to deal with about myself. And again, as I said, the fact that we are acknowledging that getting therapy and putting a focus on our own mental health is good. It's right. It's important. It's just taking the power out of the stigmas, the negative stigmas behind mental health, especially as Black men in this day and age, in this society. We need to, amongst others, really just work at just deconstructing that stigma, that mental health, and taking care of oneself and seeking therapy is somehow just a bad thing for us to do. It's like somehow it's an affront upon our just blackness and just other stuff. It's okay to seek professionals, and it's okay to just want to be better. And this is a crazy world we live in, and things are arguably worse every other day with stuff going on, and just the rhetoric and the violence and just the conflict that is just sown between all of us as we walk this planet can be overwhelming. And again, like I said, it's okay to seek help. we also need to focus on kind of being there for people. I know some of us maybe have those people that are going always go on about their problems or this or that, and we may at a point maybe tune them out because we just hear about it so much, and we may not want to do that because somebody keeps coming to you about their problems. Maybe it's because you're the only person that they have to listen, and we should be a little bit more cognizant of that and kind of be there where we can, when we can, for people in our lives, in our orbit, friends, family, what have you, because we never know. It's the people that, smile the brightest in public that could be going through the hardest things behind the scenes. And we just need to be cognizant of that and just be willing to help where we can, when we can, because you just never know what somebody's going through. And your friends, your family, your loved ones, you just don't want them to feel like that ultimate, that final act is all they have left. You never want that to creep into their mind if you can help it. I understand that at a certain point in time, we can say what we want to say. We can try to help people, and at the end of the day, they're going to ultimately make their own decision. Rightly, wrongly, good, bad. They're going to make their own decision. But by the same token, we need to be there for them as much as we can for what they're going through, and we need to be there for ourselves if we are going through something or feel like we are, and just not be afraid to reach out, to seek out help, and just to try to make things better. So it's kind of a ranty sort of video. Like I said, I'm not a medical, mental health professional. I just know it's a thing. It's a thing I deal with. It's a thing I have friends and family that deal with, and I try to be there for them. I'm, like I said, looking at paths to kind of make things better for myself in my own life, to make my days better. So there's nothing wrong with it at all to take steps to just make yourself a better person, to be a better version, the best version of yourself. And hopefully folks are doing that. Of course, thoughts and prayers out to those in and around the orbit of JDF, the fans, the millions of fans impacted worldwide by this. Like I said, it sucks. It's a crappy situation, but it shines a light on mental health, and we just need to do what we can to help ourselves and to help others. So that's where I'm at on that. Scattered as my thoughts clearly were in this video, and as they often are. Just be there for people. Be a light as best you can for those around you. And if you need help, you feel you need help, don't be embarrassed, don't be afraid. Get the help that you need as soon as you feel that you need it. So, anyway, yeah. Until next time, let us geek.